This Raw was one of the best in recent times in terms of segments. Just some good segments and a very fresh vibe with lots of new beginnings. I feel that's the theme of this episode of Raw, new beginnings. We have CM Punk coming out, talking about his vision of the future and his goal to become the World Heavyweight Champion. That's a new beginning after what he has been involved in till now. Then there is Seth Rollins, who comes out and via his promo, he gives a very heel vibe. Another new beginning. It's tough to really hate Rollins at this point, but we can sense the shift. This segment was amazing and really pushes things forward. There is one-upmanship in the promos by both CM Punk and Seth Rollins, but that's not the end of it. Seth Rollins is ready to fight, but him and Punk are separated by security. Jay and Sami Zayn also come out. We get a promo then between Sami and Seth. Once again, there is one-upmanship. They talk about Roman Reigns, the relationship with him, and Seth basically calls out Zayn for teaming with Romans, but then Sami Zayn calls out Seth Rollins for basically creating the monster that is Roman Reigns. We get Seth versus Zayn as the main event of this episode of Raw. Another new beginning in terms of just the freshness of this match and just new elements. We get an interesting match of Gunther versus Dom Mysterio as well. This happens when Finn Balor approaches Gunther and says how he needs to thank him for his victory by giving him a title match. Gunther refuses and applies insult to injury when he actually offers Dom a chance to face him in the ring to prove himself. He gives Dom the opportunity since he could actually beat Damian Priest, unlike Finn Balor. What's interesting about this is how we see heel Gunther having a genuine level of pride and integrity as a wrestler, blurring the lines between heel and face. He didn't want Finn's help and actually offers Dom an opportunity to prove himself, although it's a non-title match. Somehow I also sense, and I might be wrong, but hear me out, someday Dom Mysterio is going to have a face turn in the future. It's going to come out of nowhere. I'm going to make another video on that. The match itself was fun. Of course, Dom tries to cheat, but Gunther wins. We also saw a new beginning in regards to the New Day. This was another great segment. Big E makes an appearance, and a big twist is that both Kingston and Woods become heel by turning on Big E. It's interesting how both of them were fighting for weeks, but now they reunite in their hatred and anger towards one man. It's like a bittersweet tragedy, where Big E brings them together, but he himself is betrayed. So this is a new beginning for the New Day. So, who attacked Jey Uso backstage? That's still a question, and we would think that it's Seth Rollins, but then again, why Jey Uso? Why not Sami Zayn? Why not CM Punk? During the main event match, Seth Rollins says how it wasn't him. He manages to actually pin Sami Zayn quite swiftly and slyly after the confrontation in the ring in the middle of the match. Then Drew McIntyre returns, another new beginning. So some good developments on this episode of Raw, completely fresh and just very interesting. We also get Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against Damage Control, where ultimately Raquel manages to get the pinfall victory. She's being showcased as a strong force. This episode of Raw was definitely quite something. We didn't get any update from Paul Heyman in regards to where he stands, whether he's with CM Punk actually, or with Roman Reigns for the long run. No Bloodline story developments here as well. I'm assuming we'll see all that on SmackDown. Basically, what we saw on Raw is a CM Punk ready to go after the gold, with Seth being an obstacle in the way. We also have Finn Balor, who is looking at the championship as well. So the championship seems to be having a lot of competition, and Gunther, man, he'll be having some interesting matches, it seems. I'm just curious to know, how do we stretch the CM Punk versus Seth Rollins match till WrestleMania? However, I'm sure the WWE will figure this out somehow. Well, that's that, guys. Do like, share, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, peace out. This was a good episode of Raw. New beginnings.